Good morning, church. All right. So I have been reading a book by a young lady that was actually on The Bachelor, and she has inspired me to do a lot more digging in seasons. We're from the lovely state of Washington where we get most seasons, even if it's just for a couple weeks, right? So we have 4 seasons, and each season brings a different climate, a different intel of how we dress, how our mood changes, how it swings and whatnot. And it's kind of relatable to our spiritual walk as well, right? So God calls us to wait and to patiently wait. In Psalms 27:14, it says, "We wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave, courageous, and yes, wait patiently for the Lord." So when we are called into a new season, it's often worrisome, or it can be, I should say. It can be like we freaked out, we're worried that it's not going to come, and we're scared and fearful we could be, right? And if we think about different seasons that we're in, we have like some great examples of people waiting. I mean, you have Abraham and you have Noah. Noah waited 55 to 75 days before the flood actually came, from when he was actually told. And during that time, he was mocked and he was ridiculed and he was made fun of and told he was crazy because of a flood coming that no one had seen rain, right? So when we're waiting, we are faced with times that we have an opportunity to stand firm, to show strength, grace, and courage. And I want to encourage us, like, we need to be preparing in our seasons of waiting, just like Noah did. When he was doing that, he was buying the materials at first, and then he started building. And he was doing this with faith, knowing that God was going to show up. So just like when you have an eagle, a baby bird doesn't the nest is necessary. And the mama can't just have the baby and then the little birdling just jump off and go fly. Instead, she has to feed him, and then she has to nourish him, and then do a little nudge closer, and she brings the nest closer to each thing, and then eventually they just jump off and fly. So the same thing goes with us. When God is calling us to do different things, he is encouraging us to be prepared and to seek him and wait patiently and expectantly. In Psalms 5:3, it says, "Watch with expectancy, but be prepared for the unexpected answers." We have no idea how our miracle or our next season will begin or when it will begin, but we need to make sure we're preparing. So what are you doing to prepare? You should be setting time in looking for different things of whatever God's called you. So if you know you are supposed to be setting up a business, what are you doing to prepare for that business? Are you spending intentional time doing those things? If you know you're called to go to the missions field, what are you doing to prepare for that mission? You may not know what country you're going to, but you can sure the heck start praying about over each continent until you get assurance of which one you're going to, and then you can start researching the people and how you can touch them and how you can love on them and how you can be there for them. And different, or whatever it may be, where you're going in your career, where you're going after school, and when you graduate, like all these different things. What are you doing to prepare? So I want to encourage that you find 5 things that you're non-negotiables every day, and it doesn't have to be big. 5 negotiables that you set this, no matter what, each day I'm going to get these done. So if it's as small as spending 15 minutes a day, and each 15 minutes of that is your spiritual, in that 15 minutes, it breaks down to 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes of praise, and 5 minutes of, oh my gosh, what is it? Reading, thank you. I'm like, that's the important one. But you're doing that for 15 minutes, and then you have that guaranteed 15 minutes of God time. And then you have making your bed, working out, meal prepping, whatever your 5 are. Those are the 5 things that get done every day in preparation for what's preparing you for your next season. And you'd think that 15 minutes a day is it's just a start, but that gives you hungry for wanting to get more of those things later on in your day. So I want to encourage you to prepare for your next season.